Alright, hello guys. We're going to add some stamina drain to our weapons, as requested from a patron. So, let's go over to our weapon item script, and don't worry, we will continue with the inventory after this episode. Let's open that up. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make a header here on the weapon item script. We're going to call this one stamina drains. And there we go. Called stamina costs, actually. So let's make a public int, and we're going to have this called base stamina or base stamina cost or drain, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to initialize that at 0. Actually, I'm not going to initialize that at all because we'll do that from the weapon. We're going to make a public float, and we're going to call this light attack multiplier. And then we're going to make a second float and call it heavy attack multiplier. And as you can imagine, these will be the multipliers that will control the stamina drained from your attack via the base stamina cost. X that out. Okay, let's save this. Next, let's go over to a weapon. And now I'm going to use the sword for my example. I'm just going to put down the base stamina cost at 20. And I'm going to use the light attack multiplier and say 1, and the heavy attack multiplier say 2. So the goal of this is that when I use a light attack, it will drain 1 times the base stamina cost, which will be 20. And when I use a heavy attack, it will drain 2 times the base stamina cost, which will be 40. Next, let's hop over into our weapon slot manager script, and we're going to create a function. We're going to call this, let's call it drain stamina, light attack. Now, if you wanted to, you could make a function just called drain stamina, and you could have it check for a light or a heavy attack, and then have it go from there. But for the sake of the video and for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to make a drain stamina light attack and a drain stamina heavy attack. Now, next we're going to have to reference our player stats. So let's create a variable up here, and let's call that on the awake. And remember, we are in the weapon slot manager, so when we say get component, it will be get component in parent. Player stats. Excellent. Now we're going to handle draining our stamina much like draining our health. So for that to be a thing, first we have to make a health level, a max health, and a stamina level, a current stamina, and a max stamina. Let's punch these things in here. I am going to make a stamina bar. However, I'm not going to show myself doing it in this video because it is identical to the health bar, and we already have a video on that. So let's just copy this set max health from health level, and we're going to say set max stamina from stamina level. We're going to say max stamina is equal to stamina level. Oh, forgot to make a stamina level. Let's do that right here. Initialize that at 10 times 10. Then we're going to say return max stamina. And now to start, we have to also set our max stamina. We're going to say max stamina equals set max stamina from stamina level. Then we're going to say current stamina equals max stamina. And if we had the bar set up, we would just also set the values to the bar, which I will do off camera in a moment. Okay, so next on the take damage function, our take damage to stamina function will be very similar. So it's actually a lot more simple than the take damage from health. We're just going to say public void take stamina damage, and then we're going to pass an int, which will be the actual damage we've taken. Open up some curly bracers here, and we're going to say current stamina is equal to current stamina minus damage. That's it. And if we had a bar set up, which we don't right now, I'm just going to put set bar, so set the bar's value. And that is all we need for this function. So let's go back over here to the weapon slot manager script. And we're going to need a reference to the weapon we're attacking with. How else will we know what weapon to drain stamina from? So let's create a public weapon item. We're going to call this attacking weapon. Then down here in drain stamina light attack, we're going to say player stats dot take stamina damage, and we're going to say attacking weapon item, or attacking weapon, dot base damage, or base stamina rather, times attacking weapon dot light stamina multiplier. And we're going to do all this with a mathf round to int, because this returns a float value which we cannot process. So let's put some brackets around this here, and then let's type mathf dot round to int, and all that does is round this number to a whole integer. Perfect. Fantastic. Now let's take this same functionality, and what we're going to do is we're going to make this into a drain stamina for our heavy attack, which is the exact same thing, but replace the light attack values with our heavy attack values. You can see how this can be used for things like running attacks and jumping attacks as well. The same functionality. So let's change that to dot heavy. And let's make a nice little region here so it looks neat and tucked away. And we're going to say handle weapons stamina drainage. Actually, yeah, no, we're going to use drainage. Excellent. Okay, let's save. Now, on the player attacker, what we're going to want to do... Oh, weapon slot managers, make a reference to that. I don't know why my caps lock was on. So on the player attacker script, we're going to make a reference to the weapon slot manager. And we're going to call that unawake, as is per usual. We're going to say weapon slot manager is equal to get component in children, remember, because it sits below us. And then what we're going to do is we want to set the weapon on the weapon slot manager. I'm just going to put that here for neat sake. So whenever we handle our player's attack, our light attack or heavy attack, we want to tell the weapon slot manager what our attacking weapon is, so it can use it for our stamina drain. So here on handle light attack, what we're going to do is right before anything else is called, we're going to say weapon slot manager dot attacking. What did I name that? Oh, I forgot to make it public. My bad. Okay, so we're going to say public weapon item. I thought I did that. Maybe I just said it. Put that up there so it looks a bit neater. Okay, back here. Now, weapon slot manager dot attacking weapon is equal to weapon. So, just as simple as that. The weapon we're using is the attacking weapon. And do that also for the handle heavy attack. And let's save that again. Now, back into the game here, let's click on our player model. Make sure you're clicking on the thing with the actual model of the player. Let's hit the animation window. Let's go to our sword attack 1, which for me is a light attack. So this is a light attack. I'm going to take it off 2D so I can see my character. I'm going to double click my player model so I can zoom into him. And now I'm going to drag this, and right when I think the stamina should be drained, I'm going to right click, add animation event. I'm going to go up to the function and click drain stamina light attack. And you want to do this right before the damage collider turns on, in my opinion. It's the best time. That way, if your attack gets cancelled, you won't lose stamina. So the same thing with my sword attack 2. This is also a light attack. I'm going to go over here, add an animation event, and hit drain stamina light attack. And then on my third attack, which is a heavy attack for me, I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to right click, place an animation event, but this time I am going to drain the stamina from the heavy attack. And it is just as simple as that. And just for the sake of the video, as you can see here, I have made a stamina bar, which is identical to my health bar in functionality. And I'm just going to set this up here, and we're going to go over into the player stat script. Going to call that as a variable. I'm just showing this just in case. I figured I might as well. But again, this is all stuff we have covered, so we'll be very brisk going over it. I mean, very brief, sorry. Stamina bar is equal to find object of type stamina bar, because there's only one in the scene when you load in, which is yours. And let us scroll down here, and we're going to go down to take stamina damage, and we're going to say stamina bar, dot set stamina, current stamina. Don't forget to set it up in the start method too. And we're going to save that and jump into the game here. So, as you can see, the bar is filled up, and when I swing the sword, we get stamina drainage. That is excellent. Very straightforward, nice to the point, and it looks correct now because the stamina will drain when you're in mid-swing and not before you swing or after you swing, because it's using an animation event. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like on the video below because it does help get my videos circulated around, which greatly helps my channel. And if you are feeling super generous, please check out my Patreon below. We just hit a goal a while ago, which is very awesome, and I appreciate all of you for that. Now, one short announcement. I am going on a small camping excursion. This will be the last one of the summer, so I will be gone for about 5 to 6 days. I'm uploading this video now, but I will not be here to answer any questions for about 5 or 6 days until I return. But I will see you guys when I get back, and don't worry, the upload schedule will not be affected at all. Expect that new video in the new series to be out very soon. I'm just trying to set up some things with a green screen and a camera. But I will see you guys in the next one. So again, thank you for watching. Peace out.